Falls Count Anywhere podcast, part of the Earnestly podcast. I'm your host, Earnest EJ Christian, as we are continuing our journey to Wrestlemania 41. We got a lot to talk about today, but today's episode I'm really excited about because today, especially, we're not only going to recap Raw, we're also going to do something we've been playing for the last couple of weeks. We're going to do the ultimate Wrestlemania Card Draft with my guys, of course. 2/3 of the Managers podcast. Of course, you got DJ Minter, you got Rob the Genius, of course, our regular here on the pod. Fellas, how you guys doing this? By the way, we're live on Facebook, we're live on Twitter, we'll call it X now, on YouTube as well too. Also, so you guys can check in, chat with us in the comments if you can. Fellas, how you guys doing?
I am good. I can't speak for Rob. Here I am talking for my co-host. Good on my end.
Rob, how you doing?
I'm awake now. I took a little nap there. Took a little 15-minute power nap and had me some coffee there, and now I'm ready to go.
I was hoping to do one before I got on here today, but then my kid said, nah. or Stone Cold says, So, yeah. So like I said, we'll touch on the WrestleMania Challenge Draft in just a second. We'll get in a couple minutes. I do want to touch on real quick, guys. By the way, you guys check out the Managers podcast across all podcast catchers, part of the Share Shot Radio Network. You guys air every Saturday.
Correct.
Right? Although you guys record on Thursdays, though. But every Saturday.
Correct.
Yes. Yeah.
Peel the curtain back a little bit. We record on Thursday.
Just a little bit. Yeah. We did have the second John Cena, Cody Rhodes back and forth again on Raw this week. They were in Scotland this week, actually, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
I believe so.
By the way, I'm kind of liking these early Raws, man. Not bad.
Yeah, it's usually as we joked about in the pre-show. I'm an old man, so I've got a pretty strict bedtime because 5:30 comes early. So I don't always catch all of Raw on Monday night. I usually tap out somewhere between 9:30 and 10. But getting home at 5:30, having dinner eaten by 6:15, and then catching Raw and getting to watch the whole thing, that's been pretty cool.
Yeah. Rob, you still enjoying the early Raws, right?
Yeah, because they've been on while I'm at home, and so yeah, I mean it's cool catching it in the afternoon, and it's a lot better than trying to get through the night. Look, anything over 2 hours at night is just it's a struggle. So
yeah, I'm with you. I look, guys, I'm not far behind you guys in age, so I mean, I'm feeling it myself. I am surprised though, real quick, before we get to the Cody Cena round 2. I am surprised a lot of folks did shit on the first one from last week on Monday, the first Cena promo, which I thought was brilliant, but a lot of people will shit on it. And Rob, I know you were critical also, but you didn't shit on it. You just had one critique about one line he did on there, which is actually I think it makes sense. But there's a lot of people out there who are actually shitting on it. I don't get it.
No, and in hindsight, I mean, I actually having talked to some people and heard what they thought about it and listened to some people, I've kind of softened my stance on it.
Okay.
Okay, I was sticking on that one line, and because I thought it was just kind of exposing things a little too much. But most of the other people I listened to talk about it didn't have a problem with it, so I just kind of think, well,
Of course, the line was, "I'm not a babyface, I'm not a heel, I'm a human being." Right? That's the line.
Yeah, and honestly, and I'll have to confess, one of the people whose opinion convinced me to change my mind was when James E. Cornette.
Really?
Well, because I figured for sure he would hate something like that, and he just, and Tammy was no big deal. Like he didn't he didn't gush over it or anything, but Tammy was no big deal. So I figured if somebody like him who was such a stickler for not exposing things,
yeah,
I figured if he doesn't have a problem with it, then
of all people, especially too, because he's very critical more than anyone else when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah, anything like exposing the business, he is super critical and usually hates it. So he was okay with it, of all people. So that kind of, I was like, well, you know what? Doesn't bother him, then probably he shouldn't be making a big deal out of it,
Well, he definitely praised the entire segment. To be honest, I listened to that back and forth. He praised the entire segment, which is he's someone that will find things to be critical about. But that being said, round 2 in Scotland, I thought was just as effective. I thought John Cena, and by the way, he didn't change anything. He still came out with the same theme music. He still came out with the same jorts, the sneakers, the t-shirt, the hat, the whole handkerchief. And again, he's sticking to that. And At some point, I think we may see a pivot at some point, or maybe not. Like I know, Rob, you had said last week that you would like to see a suit and tie, but maybe we don't see that. Maybe he's going to be who he is, and that we just have to accept it. Maybe that's the swerve there. I don't know. DJ, what do you think about that?
I think you're on the money there. It's because you got to look at the narrative from his standpoint. He's not the problem. We are.
Right.
He doesn't have to change anything. We're the ones that treated him like shit for 22 years.
Right.
We're the ones that, did the John Cena sucks. We never gave him anything. He gave us everything. So why should he change anything? We're the ones that need to change. We need to understand his feelings and understand where he's coming from. So looking at it from that aspect, I don't expect him to change a thing. And I think it's brilliant. I think it's better if he doesn't. Because if he changes something, then all of a sudden you're like, okay, maybe it's me. Maybe I was the problem. Just looking at it from a storage standpoint, that's what it says. I need to change something. No, you don't need to change a thing.
Rob, do you think 2 weeks in he needs to change still? Are you still on that, or are you maybe open to the idea of maybe staying where he is?
I'm more open to him staying like he is because, again, just from what DJ said there, basically, it makes sense. And also, I'm the way he was talking Monday.
Yeah,
I starting to get the feeling that our boss at the chair shot might be right about how it's going to go.
What do you mean by that? What do you say?
Well, because I think we were all thinking, well, he's going to win, right? And they're doing all this so he can win. And our boss at the chair shot, Greg DeMarco, was saying that, in his opinion, they don't have to have him win. That Cody could win, and they could have, Rock turn on him the next night. Then he's back to being babyface, and then he finishes the farewell tour that way.
Oh, what? He's saying that Cena could turn again real quick?
Yeah. I mean, and now a lot of us were like, Greg, dude, you're crazy. But he pretty much stood on that. He thinks it's a possibility.
I mean, the fact that Cena turned in general, was shocking itself. So anything's possible.
Well, because if he loses, and then if the next night Rock just says you failed, you loser, and beats the shit out of him, and then
it would have to be some savagery for people to not shit on that, because that's lazy. I'm nothing against Greg. Greg got a better ear to the ground than most of us do, in my little podcasting sphere. But to me, that's just kind of lazy. If you turn John Cena heel for 3 weeks just to turn him babyface again on the Raw after Mania, what are we doing? Like, what was the point of this?
And most people believe that he will turn face again before this run's over.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course, if we assume this run ends in December. Look, I got a lot of pushback on this. I know he said that after this year it's over. I'm not convinced that is the case either.
You and I are on the same wavelength. I was just getting ready to say that. I don't think this is his last WrestleMania.
Right. I mean, it doesn't mean that, I'm maybe look, the odds are not in my favor. Maybe he just stick to this, but I can 100% say sure he's going to be done beyond this year. Maybe he enjoys this run. He said, you know what? I'm enjoying this part-time schedule. I'm still 40. I'm only 47 years old. I can still do this. Why not do part-time
and
schedule?
At this point, he could be like the Undertaker. Just come back and do Mania. Maybe around December, get yourself back in a ring, get yourself back in a gym, get yourself back in ring shape, get your reps in. Come back for Mania. Show up somewhere around late February, early March. Say, hey, look, I'm John Cena, and I've been here for 22 years. Who am I wrestling this year? It's that simple. And it takes, 90 days of his time every year?
Right. And only that, maybe the whole farewell tour is the swerve. Maybe that is the swerve in itself. Maybe that whole thing is that we expect that, but now maybe we don't get that. But here's the thing now, too. We now have 3 more Mondays till WrestleMania. Okay? 2 weeks into this back and forth since the turn. They have not touched yet. Cody and Cena have not touched yet.
Yeah.
Now, I know Rob had said a couple weeks ago that at some point we need to continue momentum. Does it involve these guys attack one another? Does it involve them going in a tag match? Does it involve the Rock getting involved between now and then? But so we got 2 weeks of the back and forth now. What's next? I don't think a third back and forth is necessary anymore at this point.
No, you have to escalate at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
And the question is going to be, what do you do going forward between now and WrestleMania? Now, granted, I can see him taking a week off somewhere, but there's got to be some momentum going into those final weeks on WrestleMania. Yeah. What would you do? How would you take this?
Well, he's booked for next week, but then he's not booked for any more appearances until WrestleMania. So if you're going to escalate, you got to escalate next week.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, next week is it. You got to do something. Or else, yeah, because if you don't, and then if you got basically 2 weeks cold, and I mean, unless the only thing they can do is after this Monday, if the Rock, I don't know if we don't know when he's airing, that's the problem.
He's been silent for almost a month now.
Yeah, and so we don't know what he's going to do, but if they're going to get physical, then obviously they got to do it next Monday.
That I was going to say.
Yeah.
Look at the verbiage. John Cena's not advertised. Doesn't mean John Cena can't show up somewhere.
That's true.
Yeah, he can show up unannounced. He can show up unadvertised and beat the hell out of Cody Rhodes on a whim.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's always that little window.
That's very true. So we'll see how this goes. I mean, so far I'm okay with the build, the slow burn, but now that we have 2 weeks of the back and forth, I think that's enough for the back and forth now. We need to escalate a little more to juice it up until WrestleMania. We got 3 4 weeks to WrestleMania. So we'll see what happens there. Before I get to this draft, I want to get to this draft real quick. But before we get there, there's one more thing I want to touch on with you guys, and I want your opinion on this. So we have the right now the WrestleMania match is as follows. We have Io Sky against Bianca Belair. Now we have a match now where Rhea Rhipley has been getting involved in this back and forth now between the two ladies. And now we got a match on Raw next week where Io and Rhea once again meet, and the winner of that match will go. Obviously, the winner will have the championship. Will place Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. The stipulation now is that Bianca now is the referee now. Call me crazy, and I love all 3 ladies. I love Rhea Ripley, but I don't like where this is going with her on her angle. Like, to me, the way this has all been played out, she's come off as whiny.
It makes her look bad.
I don't like it. And it's not like she got screwed in that match because Io, she lost clean.
Yes.
So I don't know what they're doing this.
Adam Pierce, and let me preface this. Adam Pierce, please do not block me like you did my co-host Rob, because I'm playing along.
Wait. That's the thing?
Well, not anymore, but
not anymore. He unblocked him.
It was a thing. And
Rob got blocked for playing along on Twitter. So I preface, I'll let him tell the story in a minute.
Okay.
I'll preface that by saying, please don't block me for playing along. Adam Pierce should have stood on business.
Right.
He came out there at the beginning of the whole thing and said, Rhea Ripley is not part of the match.
Right.
And he let himself get jockeyed into booking this match next Monday, which is a women's championship rematch between Io and Rhea. And the winner goes on to WrestleMania. Adam Pierce should have stood on business and stood his ground.
Yeah, and the worst part too, his excuse was, "I'm just stressed out. I'm really just stressed out." Like, come on, dude.
He needs to keep a bottle of whiskey on hand or something, man. Because Adam
Pierce,
he is one bad episode of Raw away from full blown alcoholism if he doesn't get his roster under control.
Yeah.
Adam, let's get to mid-April. Be okay. Get to mid-April, you'll be fine. Yeah. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay, so here's what happened, right? Okay. This was
great.
Oh man. All right. So what happened was I was defending the honor of my queen.
Oh, okay. We know where this is going now.
Right, this was the night after Money in the Bank, and he, ordered Charlotte and Rhea to have a rematch, and Nikki Cross cashed the briefcase in on Charlotte after the match. And so I got on Twitter and said, Adam Pierce, you are a corrupt official.
Oh, my God.
He got blocked.
For making her defend the
title
the night after she won it. And he blocked me.
No wonder he's soft now. I get it now. He is soft.
Well, I think he's quick on the trigger because sometimes people say some stuff that's out of bounds.
Yeah.
So I don't blame anybody for being quick on the trigger.
Not anymore.
That's in that place.
Yeah, I don't blame anybody. If some, I always say, look, if you block me, hey, it is what it is. You don't owe me an explanation. If I said something you didn't like, you want to block me, okay, no problem.
Well, to be fair, Rob, you also call people idiots on there too. Also, when you want to.
well, yeah, and see, here's the thing with that. I mean, a lot of times with that, I'm trying to get blocked. A lot of times when I do that, because if they block you, it used to be like if they block you, then you couldn't see anything that they put up.
Right.
And so if I think you're that stupid, I really don't want to see anything you have to say. So
fair point.
Fortunately, I don't. I'm sorry. I mean, I really don't.
Rob figured out how to make the system work for him.
Yeah. I mean, because there are some people where I just don't want to see anything you have to say.
Yeah.
And for a while, the only way to guarantee that was, to get blocked by them.
Call them out.
And so
hurt their feelings.
Yeah. So sometimes I'll just, I'm like, I'm gonna push this button as hard as I can, and hopefully they'll do it. And
yeah.
They don't see anything they have to say anymore. Because people retweet people and people screenshot stuff and all, and people quote people and all this stuff, and it's
Yeah.
So if I really don't like you, then I don't want to see anything you have to say, and so please, I'd rather you block me so then I can't see anything you have to say ever again.
Right.
Look, I do not go by the motto of hearing people out. I don't, to me, you don't have to hear everybody out. You don't have to hear everybody.
I kind of know where this is going now, Rob.
Yeah.
You don't have to platform everybody. You don't, some opinions are so bad that they are not worth an audience. So
yeah.
So having said all that, though, before we get to the draft, last thing here, where do you see this going? Because I don't like where it's going now, but can they recover this between now and WrestleMania?
I mean, it's going to be a triple threat. It is, we know that.
How do you book that, though? That's
the problem.
It's stupid.
And that's the problem. Because we know, look, this match is not. I mean, it's not going to end any type of clean finish. It's going to end with all three of them fighting, just like everything at the end of the last 3 weeks. Right. And it's going to be a triple threat match. And no, I don't like. We talked about this on our show a week or two ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to do this character development thing with Rhea, where she's being impulsive and it's getting in the way and all of this stuff. And then I also think that Hunter wanted to get EO on the show some kind of way, on WrestleMania some kind of way, and so they're trying to do these two things at the same time. But for me, I mean, one of the problems with doing you're immature and impulsive and it's costing you things is that she's already won everything. So what has it really cost her?
She has a title. I mean,
she's had every title.
Yeah,
but she's won every title and she's won the Royal Rumble. She's won everything. So I mean, being impulsive and all of this, I mean, it occasionally might screw things up for her, but it ultimately hasn't hindered her career. Right? Because
I initially didn't mind the swerve, where we all assume right the night after the Elimination Chamber, like, okay, well, EO and Rhea are gonna fight each other for the title. We all assume the conclusion that Rhea's gonna win the title, and then we got the swerve there. Yeah. And not only that, and not only the swerve, she won clean.
Yeah. So I thought in the moment, I thought that was a really cool thing in the moment.
But now looking back, now they may put him something behind.
But now that we're going through all of this, I mean, again, I think he wanted to get EO on the show, and they wanted to try to do some type of character development thing with Rhea. Personally, I don't know. I would have gotten there a different way. I mean, you could have put EO in the chamber, and her and Bianca could have like a double pin or something, right? And then you could have done something like that, or or I don't know. I mean, I think this is just kind of it's real convoluted. And like y'all said, it's making Rhea look like a whiny rat, basically, because she's trying to push her way into the match, and she's a baby face, and she didn't get screwed out of it, like Daniel got screwed out of it, and they're all and
that's the thing too. Also, they're all baby faces, so someone's gonna turn, I guess, right? That's the obvious choice. Someone's gonna turn.
I don't think anyone's gonna turn. It just, I mean, everybody's acting a bit more aggressive and kind of prickly, but. I mean, I don't think you're going because I don't think you want to turn any of them because we've talked about the whole Bianca thing, not turning her.
Oh, you hate that. We know that already.
It's the most unnecessary heel turn that the
hindsight,
internet wrestling community keeps asking for. It's so unnecessary.
Right. And then at least right now, anyway, too.
And then look, Io was terrible at playing a heel.
Yeah, she was not a good heel.
She's too adorable, dude.
She wasn't getting booed anyway.
Right.
Yeah, and she's terrible at being a heel, and because she can't work like one. And so she's not good at being a heel, and she did just basically turn babyface, and recently, she didn't even turn. They just kind of casually flipped the whole.
You guys are baby faces now.
Yeah. And nobody's gonna boo Rhea. She's not. I'm not booing her. So, it's just, and look. The match will be great. We're sure the match will be great. And once we get there, okay, fine. But we've always talked about story. And so it matters. Because when we get to the match, we'll be fine. This is some stuff that, are we going to go back and rewatch any of this stuff leading up to it? Probably not.
No. And you know what? You're probably better throwing Charlotte in there. Charlotte's been thrown in there as opposed to Io. Had Io, how you done it is like have Rhea win the title. No. Yeah. I don't know. Have Rhea face. I don't know how you do it, but Charlotte would have been better off as a third wheel on this thing as opposed to Io. Have one, But maybe maybe this is the beauty of the whole thing now is having three baby faces. The confusion is part of the whole beauty of this whole thing.
Yeah.
And then also all right, so what's the aftermath of all this going to be? Because I think Io's probably going to hang on to it.
I think so too. I'm more convinced of that now than I was like 2 weeks ago.
Well, because I think if they're trying to do some type of character thing with Rhea, it wouldn't make sense for her to just win it back.
Yeah.
And
the most to gain is Io, not more than anything else. But Bianca and Rhea are made already. They'll be fine. There's a way to make that work. I don't know. But I think Io's the one who has the most to gain here in this whole feud. But look, we'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens. What do you think goes, DJ, real quick?
I think it's a triple threat match. I think that's pretty well written in Sharpie, as they say. I think Io retains at WrestleMania. I think Bianca and Rhea can't get out of each other's way. And they end up, one of the two of them eats the pin.
And maybe they have a feud going down the road, and there's need a title for that and all that. And you have a good.
They don't need that. And we've been saying that for a long time on our podcast. They do very little with the women outside of championship stuff. And we're now finally entering an era where the women are feuding for something other than a belt.
Yeah.
And I like that. That's a good thing. That's absolutely a good thing. It's giving the women opportunity, which is what we wanted. We've been calling for that on our podcast for 3 friggin' years now.
The very fact they even created an intercontinental title for the women's division tells you that, yes, there's opportunity now to develop now with the titles in line. So we'll see how that goes. All right. All right, let's do this, man. I'm ready for this now. So we are doing the Ultimate WrestleMania card challenge card draft. What it is now is that us three, we're going to go 8 rounds. We're going to pick a WrestleMania match. It doesn't matter what match it is. The rules are that once you pick that match is off the board. However, the next person can pick that wrestler of said match. But once you pick a wrestler, whether it be Shawn Michaels, Daniel Bryan, maybe you can't pick the wrestler again on your card. So we're trying to put together the best card possible, each of us, WrestleMania card based on the history of WrestleMania. So we've had many hundreds of matches in WrestleMania history, between 40 events. So I have here the draft order here. We're going to do draft order right now. Our randomizer, if this will come up in a second, give me 1 quick second. So if this thing will respond in a minute, would be nice. Give me 1 second. Should respond here. I want to show it here for the crowd so they can. Why is it going so slow for? I don't like this. It's going pretty slow here. I'm trying to bring up the second extra screen here. And I'm kind of scared to do this now because it might knock me off. I don't want it to happen. I've had history with this thing for a while now. I want this to happen. All right, hold on. Give just one quick second. But yeah, those are the rules though. That once you pick a match, we can't pick a match again. Now there are some WrestleManias that are repeats matches. You can't pick those same guys. It's not the same match. So there's obviously there's 3 Austin Rock matches. There's obviously 2 Shawn Michaels Undertaker matches back years. So that's on the board. Obviously, you can pick the match, just not the same Mania.
Right.
All right, it's come up now. Give me 1 second. Come on. Don't screw up. Don't screw up. Don't do this to me, man. So this would be a lot of fun, and we, us 3 guys on the older side, we all these WrestleManias.
Yeah, I pulled a few things from some of the earlier WrestleManias. Like I said, I started going all the way back to WrestleMania 1. All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so it looks like Rob's first.
I'm first. Okay, I was not prepared to be first. I'm always kind of a counter strategist and not a. All right, so all right, I'm going first, and I am going to take Hogan Andre from WrestleMania 3.
Okay. All right. So that's me. I am going to take Daniel Bryan, Batista, and Randy Orton from WrestleMania 30.
So
All right. For some reason, it's not picking me up. Can you guys hear me?
yeah,
I can hear you.
Okay. You got the order now, right? I'm first apparently. So Rob is third. I'm first in the draft. So I think it's the Wi-Fi issue here again. I apologize.
Oh,
I was scared it was going to happen.
So Rob and I already started and picked our picks because it looked like from our end, Rob was first and I was second.
No. It was 3-1. It was Rob third, DJ second, me first.
Oh, well, we already gave our first picks.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's third, second. So I go first. Hold on. Can you guys hear me on the regular mic? Hold on a second. I think I'm back up again.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay.
And you just froze up, boss. You there?
I can hear you guys. I'm here.
I can hear you. I can't hear EJ. I've got EJ on 2 screens here, and he's frozen on one of them.
Yeah, that's weird. Someone's up in my. Now getting me 3 times on the screen. I don't know why.
Yeah, I've got you up 3 times now.
I don't know why something's going on with my computer. I don't know what's going on here. I kind of regret not doing that whole thing because I was worried if I did something different from my computer is gonna take me out, knock me out. And it just did that. So okay. So Rob, you'll pick third. I pick first. DJ second. With my first pick in the draft, I'm going to choose probably my favorite WrestleMania match of all time. Probably it's in the conversation. Give me Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin WrestleMania 13.
Okay. Well, that didn't affect who we picked. That didn't affect either one of our picks. When we were going.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So now that's off the board. So that means now you can pick any Bret or Austin match. You just can't pick that one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So DJ, you're second. Go right ahead.
Here's one: Piper and Goldust backlot brawl from WrestleMania 12.
Wow, that's a good one.
So that's your first pick then?
Yeah.
That'll be my first pick. Yeah.
Why that? I'm surprised. Why so early in that one?
Why so early?
On that one, I'm surprised. That's a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, no, that's a match that I unashamedly love.
That's a surprise, actually. surprised. I like that. I like that pick though, but I'm very surprised it's early. I think it's a little more common to get out of the ether, But that's good. I like that one. All right, Rob. What's your first pick in this draft?
Hogan Andre from WrestleMania 3.
I knew that was coming. That's as obvious as.
I didn't even put that one on my list because I had a feeling Rob was going to drag that one right out of the gate.
I mean, you could have taken it yourself, though, buddy.
I didn't know it was going to be second, man.
Look, I'm an unabashed homer for that match. I will defend it against, all the work rate nerds, and the fact that, again, they had 93,000 people on their feet for a body slam. Okay.
Gold dust.
I mean, I'm sorry,
Come on, paper.
It's hard to top that. Okay.
No, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you.
I mean, you do 50 flips in 20 minutes, to get the same kind of reaction, and they got it after 10 minutes in a simple body slam, and they got 93,000 people on their feet.
Allegedly 90. Well, what did they say that 90,000 allegedly? Allegedly?
No, Dave can eat one, man.
Right. Exactly. Please.
Yeah. All right. My second pick. Second pick for me is going to be. Fucking I'll do it. Give me Shawn Michaels Undertaker 125.
Okay, Shawn.
That's and it's tough because there were other Michaels matches I do love, probably on level or even more, but that one is this the storytelling, the whole build, everything is this. And the funny thing is that my favorite match of all time isn't even that match. It's actually those two guys together, but it's not that match. It's the Hell in a Cell in '97 still to this day. But to think that they would do two matches on level, if not better than that one, it's inconceivable to think that. So, yeah, I have to take HBK and Taker for my second pick on this draft. All right, DJ, you're next. What you got?
Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 21.
Ooh, I like that. I love that match. I watched it again last week, actually.
From a wrestling standpoint, from purely wrestling, kicking sports entertainment out of the building, from a wrestling standpoint, it's in my top 3 all-time WrestleMania matches.
Oh, without question. Without question. It's amazing. It's an incredible match. Incredible match. All right. 1 second. My phone is 1 second. All right, Rob, ready to go for the second pick?
Okay, so now I'm getting to strategize here. Now a few picks in here because I'm looking at a couple of matches I was looking at. Well, now I can wait to take those because you guys have already picked people in. Okay, so
you strategized, didn't you? Look at you strategizing.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, all right. So I gotta go in a different direction now. And all right, I'm going to take the women's triple threat from WrestleMania 32: Charlotte, Sasha, and Becky.
Damn you!
So Flair.
Damn you, Rob!
Banks and Becky. You said and Becky.
Yeah.
I don't think I've watched that yet. Actually,
it's good.
Yeah,
it's a good match.
I hear about it, Ben, but I don't think I've taken it before.
Oh yeah, best match on the show.
Okay. So I took that. Okay. Round 3 for me. All right. I have this guy in mind. I got to figure out which match I want to take off the board. Fuck it, I'm going to do it. Give me Savage Steamboat from 3.
I hate you guys.
I
hate you guys.
Was that next?
That was going to be my next one too, you a-hole.
Well, to be fair, I almost took Savage Warrior.
Yeah.
I almost took that one because I'm a massive fan of that match, actually. But I mean, you have to go with the classic. I don't have a classic here. I went Attitude Era-ish, and then of course a little more modern. So I had to go in the back for that one. I knew if it went this far, it'd be a problem. So Randy Savage and Ricky Steamboat is my third pick. I said it, Savage and Steamboat. HBK Taker. All right. So your third pick, DJ. Who you got?
Razor and Shawn, the first ladder match from WrestleMania 10.
Oh, that's a great one. That's a great one.
Well, you took Shawn and Kurt already?
No, he took. Oh no, you can't. Oh no, you can't do that one. No, you can't do that, DJ.
I thought I could use Shawn in a different match.
You use Angle and HBK.
Ah, shit. Okay. Well, shit. All right.
See?
Okay. Well, this sucks. All right. So I can pick again then, right?
Yeah. Pick again.
All right. None of you guys has picked these guys. The original triple threat ladder match with Edge and Christian, the Hardys, and the Dudleys from WrestleMania 16.
Ah, damn it.
So there's the first one, right?
There was a ladder match only before the TLC matches.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Correct.
From 16. Okay.
From 16.
Hardys, Edge, and Dudleys. Okay. That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay.
HBK and Undertaker. All right, round 3 for you, Mr. Bonnet.
All right. I am going to take. Taker and Batista from 23.
Taker and Batista 23. Okay.
I almost put that one on my list
because that was
didn't quite make the cut.
That was, that might be one of the biggest overachieving matches.
I gotta focus on this.
Yeah, because going, like I didn't watch it live, but when, a few years ago, I just started watching 23 on a whim. And
right.
when they got the Taker and Batista, I was like, oh, there's a real good chance that this might not be very good. But it was the opposite. I mean, they went out there and they killed it.
Asking me.
Taker brought out the best in Batista every single time. Their Hell in a Cell match is excellent. I'll die on that hill.
Right. All right. Round 4. Here we go. Round 4. All right. So you know what? This match I just watched recently, and this match is a banger. Give me Edge and Mick Foley from Mania 22.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good call. Good call.
That match is an absolute banger. All right, so that's off the board now for Edge and Foley. All right, round 4 for you, Mr. Minter, yourself.
I'm going to take Brock and Goldberg from WrestleMania 33.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta watch it again. I gotta watch it again. I've seen it before, but I haven't seen it in a long time.
It's one of the best sprint matches in modern history.
Yes.
It's excellent.
Brock won that match, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. All right.
Y'all better not cut me off. I'm running out of matches here.
Right.
I may have to make some shit up.
But bro, you shouldn't have exhausted freaking. You should wait Goldust and Roddy.
Yeah.
Early, I thought.
That's all right. I got a couple others that I can dig into.
I got a fun match, so everyone's taking it though.
Yeah.
All right. Rob, round 4.
Okay.
This is going faster than I thought. This is really, really good.
I know, yeah. Okay, so let's see. All right. I'm going to see round. Okay, I'm gonna take the 4-way ladder match from WrestleMania 33, where the one of the Hardys came back.
Who was in that one?
It was the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson, Enzo and Cass, and I think Cesaro and Sheamus, and then the Hardys were like the surprise 4th team.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
the New Day came out and introduced them.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right, round 5. All right, round 5 for me. This is going to be a little bit, not too hard. It should be pretty easy here. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Give me Bianca and Sasha for 37.
I need some ladies here. I need some representation here. And why not go with the arguably one of the greatest main events that in the last, 10 years. Bianca and Sasha, definitely.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Unfortunately for me, that takes off another match of Bianca's I would have put on here, but this one's too good. You already know what I'm talking about, so. Her and Becky.
Yeah.
That was a phenomenal match, actually.
That was another good one.
Yeah, honestly. That was
especially knowing Becky had strep throat. Jesus.
I would say that's Becky's best match of her entire career.
Yes.
Not even joking.
I would agree with you.
Okay. All right, round 5 for you, buddy. What you got?
Hogan and Rock from WrestleMania 18.
I'm kind of shocked that lasted as long as it did.
Me too. None of you grabbed it. I'm like, God, nobody grab it. Nobody grab it. Nobody grab it. I got it.
I'm actually shocked. I haven't taken Hogan yet either. Hogan or Rock yet.
All right, so I got to take that off the table. Okay. Take that off the table.
All right, Rob, what you got in the meantime?
Okay.
We probably go 10 rounds the way we're going now, if we wanted to.
Yeah,
But
I don't have 10 rounds.
Oh, you don't? Okay. What's your at?
I might have 8.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. All right. I'm gonna take. I think Austin Rock from 17.
I'm surprised that's lasted long too. Also, it's another one. I'm surprised it lasted as long as it has. All right. Round 6 for us, guys. We got 3 more rounds to go. All right, and I'm surprised the Rock is on the board for me. I mean, I can't take Austin Rock because Austin is gone from me because of Brett. What Rock matches are available I can take? I am not touching the stupid four McMahon's corner one trash ass Mania.
Oh, that was horrible.
Arguably a bottom 5 Mania of all time for the record.
Oh, yeah, it was
terrible Mania. You know, by the way, after Era Manias, not that great. 17 and 17, you count that, but that's the bookend of the era.
Yeah, I count because they didn't declare it officially over until after 18. Yeah.
Right. That's what counted, but that's the only one you have, really. So, all right. I can't use Taker either. Damn it, he's gone. Also, yeah, it was 8 rounds is good. You're right. 8 rounds is good. You know what? This match was a banger, actually. From 2 years ago. Give me the 3-way between Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre. For 39.
Okay.
That was a Hoss match, buddy.
Yes, it was.
My chest still hurts watching that damn thing all the time. So yeah, give me Gunther, Sheamus, and from 39. All right, mark it off here. All right, DJ, round 6 for you. What you got here?
Hogan and Warrior from WrestleMania 6.
Well, you just took Hogan and Rock from.
You can't take that.
Did I?
Hogan's gone.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Okay, I got to pull that one off. Then let me go back to. God damn it! Hang on.
But there is a Warrior match there that you could take though.
Yeah, no, I can't take that one because I already took Macho in one. I think.
Did you?
Maybe
No,
I don't know.
You didn't.
Anyway, I'm going to go back to one that I called earlier that I kind of retracted. Daniel Bryan, Batista, and Orton at 30.
Okay.
So Bryan, Batista. I'm writing these down. That's why I'm
Yeah.
And Orton from 30. Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Sir, genius.
All right.
You got cooking.
Let's see. All right. All right. I'm gonna take Brock and Roman from 31.
The heist.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I don't know if you guys saw. I did a watch along with that on Monday with my son. That match is better than people give credit for. The actual match, forget the heist part. Just the actual match, great storytelling.
Oh, yeah.
That match turned me around on Roman Reigns because I was still on the fence as to whether I thought he was going to be something. That match changed my mind. He was so good in that moment.
Speaking of Roman, round 7 for me. Give me Roman and Cody from 39, the first one.
Roman, Cody.
From 39.
Okay.
When Mr. What's his face? Sokoa decided to get involved. I love the fact that people got legit mad at him winning that match. I loved it.
They made the right call, though, man.
Yeah, because it made Cody bigger, dude. Long-term storytelling.
They put so much more money in the bag for WrestleMania 40.
That's why.
It really did.
It's all about long-term storytelling. So, yeah, Cody and Roman from me for round 7. All right, DJ, you got round 7.
Taker and Michaels from 26.
Okay, you can do that.
Okay.
Wait, can you?
Yep. You said it couldn't be the same. You did 25.
Yeah,
but
but HBK ready, though.
Yeah, you
God
already.
damn it. Did I? God, Jesus.
By the way, I gave you a clue already. You can use one of those guys. I told you there's 2 matches when this guy I told you can use, actually.
No, I got, all right, here one. Charlotte and Asuka from WrestleMania 34.
Okay. That's a good one.
Flair and Asuka.
And back in hindsight, Greg thinks that should have main evented in hindsight now, given the way that, given the way that people were shitting on the ending of that card, it would have been a better match to finish with than Roman and Brock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of Brock, did I use Brock yet? No, I didn't use Brock yet. I have a Brock one. I still have a Brock one in my arsenal. All right, go ahead, Rob. Rob 7.
All right. Let's see. All right.
What? Okay, I know. All right, you know. Okay.
Well, because there were a couple that I was saving, and I could pick both of them now, but there are still some matches I think were better that were available. They're still available.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's what I'm kind of contemplating here.
This is fun. I love drafts, dude. I love the drafts. The best.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna go with Shawn and Jericho from 19.
I love that match.
Yeah, I don't have a Shawn match yet, so.
You don't? You don't? That's one of the most underrated matches in both those guys' careers, honestly.
Yes.
They've done so many big matches throughout the careers that one got slept on.
Yeah, they both turned it up in that match. It was great. I need to go back and watch that. It's been a few years.
Well, apparently, they did another match after that, too, also. Apparently, it was just as good, apparently.
Well, they had a ladder match like a few years later.
Oh, for real?
It was really good, yeah.
I didn't know that. Wow, interesting.
It wasn't at WrestleMania. It was on one of the other pay-per-views. But
all right. My final match here, unless DJ has the huevos to go another round or 2.
Well, I could go 10 rounds.
I don't have 10 rounds.
You don't have any? You sure about that? Because again, there's one guy you mentioned you haven't used yet. You can use them in 2 matches.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
Okay. Have I used Rock yet? I haven't used Rock yet.
Nope. Yeah.
Wow. No. Rock and Cena, 27.
Well, they were 28 and 29.
28. Sorry, the first one, 28.
Okay. Yeah, 20, that was actually a really good match. The one the next year was when Rock was back on the HGH. Wasn't.
Yeah.
So Rock and Cena for me for.
But that first one, I mean, he came in. I mean, he was lean. He came in shape and ready to go.
Yep. All right. 20. Not 20. Sorry, 8 for you, DJ. Your last one.
Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville from 39.
Oh,
my wife.
You will never convince me that was bad.
Oh no, it was excellent.
My wife hates that shit. because
I loved every ridiculous fucking minute of that match. Every minute of it.
Yes, because they were. I mean, they did that match the only way you could possibly do it, which is you just go all the way.
You lean all the way into it and just ride it out, man.
Right, for real. No, I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Yeah, you don't try to make it like half serious or whatever. You just got to go all the way.
Okay, for you, Mr. Genius.
All right. You know what? Look, this is by no means just not a great match, but it's one of my favorite matches to watch. I always think it's fun. The Hart Foundation and the Bolsheviks from WrestleMania 6.
Why? It's a squash match.
Because I mean, all right. Because to me the whole setup was just funny because Nikolai was doing the extended version of the Russian national anthem, and then like Neidhart is just like fuming over there on the other side of the ring, and then he just has enough and just runs across the ring and just nails him. And then, Brett is just kind of like, okay, well, I guess we got to do this. Okay. And he just jumps in and they just beat the crap out of him for 30 seconds and they do the finisher. And then, when Brett covers him and, when Brett used to count 3, looking at the camera, he does that. And to me, it was just fun. I mean, it was just a fun match. And yes, it was short. It was a squash match. But to me, it was one of my favorite matches to watch.
I actually have a few matches here that I could use for like a bonus. There's one I would use if DJ didn't take if DJ is not going to take it. I warned him about like 3 times already. That he can still use in the arsenal.
Well, do you think can you guys go 2 more?
I could probably come up with 2 more. I'm researching one right now. I just got to remember exactly what event it is, but I think I found it.
So I think I can get 2. I think I can dig up 2 more.
I'm gonna leave that one for you, DJ. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not just take that one if you take it. So 9 for me. This is actually a great match. I can't take Brett anymore because Brett's off the table for me. However, I can take a very underrated match from WrestleMania 21. That is 20. Eddie Guerrero. No. Flip that. I can't. Can I use that one?
Which one?
I can use Angle. Can I use Angle and Brock? Yes, I can. Shit. I don't know. Should I use that one or use the other one?
You used Brock already, didn't you?
No, I did not. I did.
No, Rob and I did.
Yeah.
You and Rob did, yeah. I'm trying to decide between Brock and Angle versus or Angle and Guerrero at 20. Fuck it. Angle and Guerrero at 20. Kurt Angle and Eddie Guerrero. That was a banger.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's see if DJ takes this wrestler's match.
I'm not going to take it. I've already found another one. Cody and Seth from 38.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
And you did not take either of these guys at all. Good job. Do you know what I'm referring to, DJ, by any chance?
I think I know which one you're referring to.
Okay, we'll see you taking round 10 and we'll see what happens.
Possibly.
Okay. Go ahead, Rob. Round 9.
Okay, I'm going to take from 34 the mixed tag match. Angle and Ronda against Triple H and Stephanie.
Okay, that's from 34, right?
Yep.
All right, my final pick here. I can't take Hogan or Savage off the board. 1 second, buddy. What's wrong? Okay, no, I'll give you a second. All right. I can't take Bianca and Becky because Bianca's gone off the rep. Brock Angle off the rep. Taker's gone for me, right? I have to take HBK. That's gone also too. However, what was this match? The Money in Bank from 21 or this one? I'm trying to decide which one between these two here. Do I take Kofi and Daniel Bryan?
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
It's a real good one. Or do I take the Money in the Bank from 21, which I love, but I'm not sure if there's 6 guys in there. I make sure I don't have any of them on my list. Rob, who was the 6 guys on that match again? It was Jericho, Kane. I want to say it was Shelton Benjamin.
Which one is this?
The first Money in the Bank ever at 21.
Edge was in it.
Edge in that one. That's 4.
So you can't take good guy Edge and Foley already.
Yeah, Foley's in that one too.
No, but you got Edge was in that one in the first one, and you got Edge.
Yeah.
Versus,
Yes. Yeah. You're right. All right. Fuck it. I'm taking Daniel Bryan and Kofi.
Okay.
There you go. That's my 10. DJ,
Okay.
can you pull it off?
Macho and Warrior from 7.
That's the one. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You've been feeding me for an hour.
Yeah. and it's really 2 of them. You can take Warrior and Rude at 5.
I hovered over those 2 for a while when I was doing my list the other night, and I got sidetracked with something, came back to it, and just completely blew right past them until we started talking, and I'm like, shit, I should have wrote that down. So,
Yeah.
But it's in there.
It's in my top 5 or 10 matches of all time. I love that match. The storytelling was fantastic.
Yep.
Like I said, Warrior, as bad at work as he was, man, when he got the right guys with him, he can work.
Yeah.
I give him credit for that.
Yeah. Savage and Rude brought out the best in him.
Absolutely. And Hogan, too.
Hogan did, too.
Yeah. All right, Rob. Let's close it out, baby.
All right. I'm going to take from WrestleMania 32 the ladder match for the Intercontinental title.
Was that Miz?
Miz, Zack Ryder, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Cody, and I think Sin Cara. I think
Cody's in that match too. Also, Cody.
That was his last. That might have been his last match before he left. It was one of them.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
And Zack Ryder won the Intercontinental title, and the next night he
lost it on Raw
to the Miz.
So we did go 10 rounds, like I said. We
did. We made it.
And not only that, we actually got it done in an efficient time too. On top of that,
yeah, we cut it. This was an hour. We did really good.
Yeah, I'm really impressed actually. All right, so for recap here, I have Bret and Austin, Shawn Michaels and Undertaker at 25, Savage and Steamboat at 3, Edge and Foley at 21, Bianca and Sasha at 37. I have the 3-way triple threat match between Sheamus, Gunther, and Drew at 39, Roman and Cody at 39, Rock, Cena at 28, Kurt Angle and what was that one? And Guerrero at 20, and then Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan at 35. DJ has Roddy Piper and Goldust, which is a shocker of the entire draft, honestly, but I like it nonetheless because that's actually a great and fun angle. You have also is that Kurt Angle and HBK. You have the first ladder match between the Hardys. Who's it?
Edge and Christian and the Dudleys.
Christian and Dudleys.
Yeah.
Goldberg and Brock at 33. Hogan Rock at 18. Daniel Bryan, Batista, and Randy Orton at 30. Charlotte Flair and Asuka at 34. Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville, which my wife's going to kill you, at 39. Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins at 38.
Yes. And
then Warrior Macho at 7. Rob here has Hogan Andre at 3. Standard. The 3-way between Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, and Becky Lynch at 33.
32. That was 32.
32. Batista and Taker at 23 or 22?
That was at 23.
Okay. The ladder match at 33. I forgot who was in that match, but we'll figure out later. Austin and Rock at 17. Brock and Roman at 31, the heist. Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho at 19, which I love. Probably okay. If Piper Goes isn't a shocker, this is an even bigger shocker, probably. Hart Foundation and the Bolsheviks at 6. No one ever wins that match ever, Rob.
I'm sorry. If you've been listening to our podcast for any length of time, you know that is one of Rob's all-time favorite WrestleMania moments.
Of course.
Because what happened? All right, because at that point I was a big Hart Foundation fan.
Yeah.
And they hadn't really been doing anything for a while.
Yeah.
And it looked like it kind of might have been the end of the road for them. So I'm gonna say I was worried going into that match, but I was kind of like, oh, this kind of sucks.
Which is crazy because they ended up winning tag titles like 3 months later, 4 months later.
Yeah, but at that point they were just kind of spinning their wheels and not doing anything. So
yeah.
And so I didn't, so it was really hard to tell what was going to happen there.
Yeah.
And so for them to just come out there and just completely just wipe them out in 30 seconds was like, for me, it was like the greatest thing ever.
It was. It's again, like Rob, I was a big Hart Foundation fan, so yeah, that was a huge moment for us.
Absolutely. And that match with Demolition in SummerSlam 90, phenomenal match. Phenomenal match.
Excellent work.
Probably the best match of the entire card, honestly. So, all right. You also had round 9, you had the mixed tag between Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. And then 10, you had the ladder match at 32 between Cody Rhodes and Sin Cara and 4 other guys that I don't remember.
Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Zack Ryder, and The Miz.
A lot of really recent stuff here for you, Rob. I'm surprised, actually. I thought you launched your bag a little bit, to be honest with you. I'm a little surprised.
Because I had that big gap where I wasn't watching anything live. So I watched, I was there for I was there through WrestleMania 8, and then I didn't watch anything. I didn't keep up with anything again until going into 14, and then after 19 I stopped again, and I didn't get back into it until 28. So I had those gaps where I just wasn't watching, and so for me, I've watched a lot of those. I've gone back and watched a lot of those, since. But the ones that stick with me the most are the ones that I watched, while I was an active fan. So,
right.
So the ones on my list are all the only one that, I think they were all matches from when I was a fully active fan.
Yeah.
Except for Taker and Batista. That's the only one that I went back. That's the only one that I watched, later that jumped out at me enough to, make my list.
Well, I enjoyed this draft. We went 10 rounds, actually, not 8, so it's great. I'm glad DJ's able to find 2 matches out of the ether to finally add to the Warrior Macho. Thank God, man.
Right out of the air.
I had a feeling Warrior Macho, but yes, you did do it. Guys, great job as always. I know I had to go to my phone because my computer did flame out a little bit. You know how my issue with my computer sometimes.
Yeah.
I should have done that. Guys, plug away. Want to plug?
You can catch me, Rob, and Jason on the Mindless Wrestling Podcast, part of the Chairshot Radio Network. We air every Saturday on your favorite podcasting platforms. You can find me on the app formerly known as Twitter at the Mindless Pod.
Rob, of course.
And, as DJ said, you can catch him and Jason every week. And you can catch me, once again, bi-weekly on the Rob the Genius podcast. And once again, shout out to
Hold on a second. Hold on, wait. Bi-weekly now. No, look, you're happy now. Weekly episodes now. No excuses now. Yeah, you have your thing. Yeah, you found your way to do it now. No slacking, buddy.
Look, I gotta work my way back up to it to weekly, okay?
Okay. Good point. All right, of course, me as well. You can find me on Twitter at Eastern7. Of course, Falls Count Anywhere, a part of the Earnestly podcast. I want to call it a network, but whatever I want to call it. You find Earnestly Podcast, of course, on YouTube at Earnestly Pod on YouTube, on TikTok at Earnestly Pod on TikTok as well, too. Until next episode, we'll talk to you guys soon.